Hello everyone, welcome to FlatWebTV, the monthly show where we talk about the top news and happenings in the world of flatland BMX. My name is Justin Hoey.
And I'm Anthony Bulio.
This is FlatWebTV. Well, welcome everybody. This is episode number 17 of FlatWebTV. We've made it almost a year and a half, and I'm super excited about this awesome UK special.
Yes, we in honor of the UK, we are filming in the garden, and we've got some croquet that we were playing earlier, and you know, we're gonna risk sun exposure and do our best here.
It's an 80-degree day here in Portland. We always say that it's cold and nasty and rainy, but I think the gods have prevailed and it's a gorgeous day here. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about in our UK special, so we're gonna jump right into our non-UK item, which is the JoMoPro Results.
Yeah, so it went down this weekend. We're filming a little bit earlier than normal because I'm flying to Japan on Tuesday, but it looks like a great contest. We had a pretty big pro turnout, which was nice. I think there were 19 riders entered in pro. Veteran class had a bunch. I think expert class had a lot. So it's a nice turnout from all the looks of it. I mean, there'll be videos that come over the next several days.
And
it's still early.
And we were talking about this last night at your bachelor party, which I'll have a candid photo up here now. And I think we hit the mark on the results.
You know, it's funny. We should have documented this, but we were just chatting casually last night. Like, who do you think's going to win? What's your order? I think Friday night we were talking about this.
And we said, you said a Japan rider is #1.
Which is, no stretch there. I mean, a Japan rider is going to win. But we both agreed that we thought Dominic would get second.
I think we hit the mark there. We said, we didn't think he was going to get first because of the Japanese riders that were going to show up, but we knew he was going to be in the top. And definitely second place.
Dominic seems to be always snake bitten by contest results. He's always second or third. Like, he's going to break through this year, I'm sure, and he's definitely deserving of a win. But from the looks of Yohei's practice, that kid's crazy. I mean, if I haven't seen his complete final run yet, but if it was anything like the practice, he deserved it.
All the videos are super cool. Go and check them out. We don't want to spend a ton of time on that just because we got a jam-packed episode.
But so top three just rounded out was Yohei at first, Dominic at second, and Moto at third. Good guy Rad Dad got third place in the vet class.
That's awesome.
Thought that was really cool. Steve Bergeron got first in that. In novice, Eric Favot, I think that's how you pronounce it, got first. And in expert, which is again a nice growing class, we got Todd Gully at first, Mark Coleman at second, and Prashil Gopal at third. That was a big class. There were 19 riders in that as well. Rounding out this, which I thought was really awesome, was best trick.
Oh, that's right.
Crazy.
You know, so we saw this on Instagram. We were following kind of what was going on. Everybody was throwing money in a pot, and Terry Adams with a badass link.
Really
super manly American link.
That was a man's link right there. Half cab, downside whip, back into a peg manual
to another whip. Rocket manual to another whip. It was sick. So absolutely stunning. And I'm excited. I wish we were able to attend.
Congratulations to everybody who won and went and had fun. Looks like another great event.
Absolutely.
So we are going to transition into a UK themed element of the show.
That's right.
The UK special. And, this one's a little bit of a curveball because we are going to interview John Yull, and you'll say, well, he lives in Austin, but he's originally from Sherwood Forest in Nottingham. I don't know. I know why that's funny, but
I like it.
John obviously just put out a new 3-year progression edit. It's just bonkers. He's got so much creativity. He's got a lot of tricks in his head, and he gets them out on film, and they're just so creative, so new. So we have him on Skype, and we're gonna give you guys a nice look into John Yull's life. So let's bring that up.
Absolutely. So I've got him right here.
Yeah, there he is.
And
so John, right off the bat, why don't you just introduce yourself?
Okay. I'm 41 now. started riding in 1983, and I'm from Sutton in Ashfield, which is a very little coal mining town next to Nottingham, Sherwood Forest, and so on. I got a super tough burner when I was 13. That was in '83, so that kind of got me started, and quickly went from then on in the England scene and the UK BFA, and all the way up till 1992 when I came for 3 months to Austin. And in September, that'll be 20 years that I've been in Austin. So
what made you want to stay in Austin?
the scene was very different than where I was living at the time. So it was enjoyable. There's a lot of riders. As I first got here, I worked at Trend Bike Source and worked there, and quickly got into sewing, which we were doing at the time, making shin guards and clothing, shorts, so on. So, and then progressing into that, we ended up with like 20, 30 sewing machines, making everything for Poor Boy, Play, Little Devil, Homeless, all of those companies, and then turning that also into the second stage of Homeless and bikes, and doing stuff too. I was involved with all that as well. So if you have a pair of shin guards or a gyro cover, I probably made them. So, from any of those companies.
Very cool.
So, you know, one thing I kind of noticed, you said that you started riding in 1983, which that's the year I was born, so 29 years. You know, it's 2012 now, but there was a gap in there, right? Can you tell us about that?
As far as I can kind of tie it down, it's about a 15-year gap. So 2 years into being here, so maybe around 94. I still rode a little bit of 9th Street, the trails and the street and stuff as well, but flatland as intense as I was at the time when I got here, I just kind of phased out. Partially, you know, I think was that I was working, making clothes and making all the stuff, and so into the industry of it that I didn't have that commitment to the time that I did before. So that was, I think that led me away from riding flatlands. And as soon as I was away, then I had to be, you know, I had to remove myself from flatland totally, because I couldn't live that life. You know, I couldn't be part of it and not be riding to where I wanted to be, and just kind of be in the background of it. So,
what got you back into riding, you know, more seriously?
Funny part is, I think Facebook started up, and I got on there, and within a day or two, I was getting so many messages and so much grief from old friends that were mad that I wasn't riding, and what am I doing? And within a month, I think I started riding again, and so that's right at 3 years ago from now when I started riding up again. So,
well, 3 years is you know, an important number here, because you just put out your 3-year progression edit from when you started back again seriously till now. Can you, well, first of all, it's a great edit. Congratulations on that. Can you tell us a little bit about this, like the motivation behind it and the filming process and all that?
Every other, like all the other edits that I did were just that night kind of the trick that I learned and put out. So I've done quite a few little small edits. And once I started thinking about the 3-year thing, it was like, I want to make it something substantial. And I never really, besides Homeless Trash, the part I had in Homeless Trash, which I was never happy with the flatland that was in that at all. I mean, it was good, but it was not me at the time. So I decided to make it an edit, and it very quickly, like I had a list of tricks in my head that I wanted, and I actually wrote them down, and I started going through them. And some of them were way beyond what I could do, and some of them happened to, you know, end up not being out of it. So, but I'd try and just pick one trick and do it until I could get it, and that's, I guess, the motivation came from that, of just trying to get to that end goal of getting all the tricks that I had on there. So.
You know, we've all seen this video and it's had such a great response.
Yeah, really
you know,
good.
A ton of views for a Flatland specific video. You know, were you surprised by the reaction at all?
I was pretty amazed. I mean, I knew I had something good, and I knew that, you know, but I'd seen it so many times, and my friends had seen it so many times, like through the progression of it going, that I was kind of shocked at the end when I put it out, like how fast it went crazy. And Simon Tabron definitely helped getting it out there. He got it on Vital BMX and Ride, and got the word out for me. So thanks to him. And then Empire also, like, I made them tweet it. They made Aaron Ross tweet it. You know, so it was that was a lot to do with it too. So thanks to all those guys. But yeah, I mean, just the responses, the comments blew me away. I mean, you know, at the end I kept saying, like, I'm sorry that I keep posting this, but, you know, here's another, it's somewhere else. And everybody's like, no, shut up, just take it while you can. It's like, okay. So very impressed. Yeah, I'm stoked. I mean, still now I'm just kind of in shock of a week later of how well it did.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I love the video. Now, I hear that you did the editing on this one yourself, right?
Funny part of that is that before I pulled any trick, I had the song.
Oh, right.
And my goal was, you know, we listen to Pandora. So one of my favorite channels on Pandora is Public Enemy. So I bookmarked that track last year, and so my goal was to make it fit that. So there was a lot of trimming of ins and outs of everything at the very end to make that fit. And that was my goal, and if you watch it, it ends at the last second of that song.
Well, I loved it. Kind of getting back to the theme of this episode, the UK theme of it. You are from the UK, as we mentioned, from Sherwood Forest.
That's right.
You're an expat now, living in Austin, Texas, for quite a while, since '92. What's your overall opinion of life in the US and BMX and Flatland here in the US?
I've been away for so long that this is all I know, and since I got back into riding, this scene, the OG in Austin, is really all I know. And, you know, when I go somewhere else or talk to somebody else, I'm just, you know, I feel so lucky that what we have here. You know, that there's such crew guys that are all best friends. And I was just saying the other night, it's so, you know, there's nobody with the same, no two guys with the same style that ride here. Everybody's unique, and everybody has their own thing, and I think that pushes everybody because you're not competing on tricks with each other. And, you know, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys. Within the U.S., I mean, I haven't done much besides going to California a few times, so, you know, I've missed a lot of the contests and been out of the scene, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. I think it's, you know, and then Roundup, so I guess hopefully we'll be coming up for Roundup here, and we get to ride with a lot of people.
Well, I also hope to make that contest, actually.
I would love to go. I mean,
yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you mentioned the OG. You're at the OG right now. Can you do us a favor and kind of spin the camera around to show everybody what that looks like?
Sure. There's Todd.
Hey, Todd.
What's up, man? There it is.
So a little bit of concrete paradise. So first off, obviously thanks so much for doing that, but you've had a great success with this video. I'm sure there's a lot of people that helped you out. We'll give you the last word if you want to thank anybody or give any shout outs.
Everybody that's here, if I forget anybody, Easy, LaRocca, Frosty, Todd, Jim, Adam, Weathersby, all those guys that I ride with all the time. Totally a big motivation. I think I get them out more than they get me out, but I'm the addicted one. Anybody else? But Empire, always been behind me since days of Trend. Tina and Tom, biggest support that I could ask for, and so on. And Vicky, just you know, helped me out with a new frame recently. So definitely, thank you, Vicky. And Pete Grant also helped with that. So, I know I'm missing people, but I can't think of it at the moment.
Well, thanks a lot. We look forward to your next edit, and just keep up the good work down there.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was going to say, I always wanted to have a beer with you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. And hopefully you guys can come down and have a beer with us here. And maybe do a show from the OG.
That sounds like an awesome plan.
Oh, that's an idea.
There we go.
So cool.
All right, man, take care.
Thanks a lot. Oh, great.
That's very cool. I will say, as bright as it is here in Portland, it's pretty dark in Austin, and that's only 2 hours difference.
Yeah, I wonder what the deal is. That's so bizarre.
But anyway, I want to thank John for joining us for that episode, and definitely thank him for that edit, that 3-year progression edit he put out. It's really cool.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with...
actually another interview, so stay tuned for that.
Choosing the right frame is like choosing the right weapon for battle. Strength and elegance, form and function, there can be no compromise. The right choice will make the difference between heartbreak and glory. The arena is a lonely place. In fact, it's a jungle out there. Grab yourself a holiday.
Hey!
The new 2012 Jungle Rider Holiday Frame.
Well, welcome back everybody, and I don't think any UK themed episode would be complete without a conversation with Effraim.
That's correct. Famous for flat matters and holding down the UK.
As well as the world as far as Flatland news goes. So let's get Effraim on the Skype connection there.
Got him up right here.
There he is. So I think we should just jump right in this. This is a good opportunity to talk about the state of Flatland in a... We're always thinking global.
Yep.
Let's think local. Can you give us your state of Flatland in the UK?
Yeah. Well, you know, like 3 years ago, I would say it was booming. You know, like I could go to the main spot in England is the Green Mile, TGM. Many people know it as. I remember going there like in 2008 for just a regular day in February, and there were 30 guys there. No one called each other, and it was just really, I always remember that day really well, because I just remember thinking, wow, this is a moment, you know, because for 29 years, 30 years that I've ridden for, I've predominantly ridden on my own. So to go to a spot and see 30 Flatlanders is, when we don't even get 30 Flatlanders at a UK contest, so that's pretty crazy to me. So now fast forward to the TGM Jam this past weekend. There were, I think, 35 riders, and that's what I call with a jam, where everybody knows somebody's going to be there. To answer your question, part of the problem is that, you know, there's not for whatever reason, there's not a regular contest. You need, when I grew up, there's regular contests. Like I could go to, from February through to October, I think it was October, let's say February through to October, I could go to a contest every month. Nowadays, there's maybe, I can't even count them on my hand. So, and not everybody goes for whatever reason. I think the sport's changed a lot. And I think, as Scott O'Brien was saying, people just need to go and support, really, because, I mean, I feel like it is dying, to be honest. If I'm entirely honest, it's dying off.
Well, in your opinion, then, what are a couple things that all of us as riders need to do to revive Flatland?
Well, if you live in, let's say, obviously, not all of you know where I'm from. I'm from Southsea in England. Let's say I have 3 or 4 other Flatlanders in my town. I've heard quite a few times that guys don't ride with each other. For whatever reason, you need to squash that and get together and maybe just once a week ride in a public place where a kid can come past and just go, what is that? I want to do that. And then also, I think people have to take a bit of responsibility and be approachable. Without wishing to be too controversial, I don't think half the pros are that approachable. They're kind of scary. If I was a kid, I would not want to go up and talk to some pros. That is a big problem.
So this kind of get me thinking here a little bit. Let's say you're at the Green Mile and you see some riders you don't know. Do you feel that responsibility to go up to them?
I think it's an important part. Yeah, I definitely, like, even with the website, I do feel a lot of responsibility towards the bigger picture, I would say. I'm not looking at it for me, I'm looking at it for Flatland, really.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. With jams that I've been to, I've tried to make an effort to, if there's somebody new, go up to and talk to them, say where they're from, ask them where they're from. Their tricks are cool. I mean, I've even done that at the Seattle Jam with people I haven't known. I think it's everybody's responsibility to do that.
It's a good environment too. Jams are usually low pressure, just out there having fun.
Yeah.
The contests are different though.
That's true. And that brings up a really good point. How do flatland contests factor into this?
I'll use a good example. JoMoPro was one of the best contests I went to, but you don't know the judging format or anything like that, so really you don't know what you're practicing for, and I think that's still the biggest problem with flatland. Like, how do you tell a kid what? So if a kid asks you, like, what's a good routine, like, and obviously you could tell him not to touch or anything like that, but what are the judges looking for? Like, if you do really old stuff but it's hard, and he comes last place and he gets beat by a trick that you've told him is not that hard, it's really difficult.
Yeah, well, I think contest judging, and that's all crazy difficult anyway.
It is, and there's definitely some controversy there, so it's a good point to bring up.
But we need the contest to give new riders some kind of motivation, because that's what everybody gets into sports for the games or the contest or whatever it may be. So I think I obviously think the Amp Flat circuit's doing a big thing to try to regenerate the interest in contests.
Yep, I agree. It's inspirational.
Yeah, so hopefully see some more of that. Let's kind of steer it back towards the UK. In your opinion, who are some of the riders that will make up the next generation of UK flat riders?
When you take that out, like, you take the older generation, you take the older generation out, like, you take Sam out, you take me out, you take James out, you take Phil out, you take Keelan out, you take Lee out. If you took the top players out of tennis, you took the top players out of football, you would notice. But in a tiny sport like flatland, it's huge, like, and that's basically, I think, where we're at now in the UK. Like, there's like a point where I know I'm looking, I look all the time and go, well, who's the new guy? And there isn't a new heavy hitter, so to speak, and that's not a diss or anything like that, but it's still the same guys killing it. That's what I see for the last 15 years, same guys.
Well, I think we might have talked about this. We saw the same thing happening a few years ago, but I actually see a big revival in the expert level class. So hopefully a little more riding in public, a little more accessibility to good riders. You get the kids interested in it.
I agree. I think here in the U.S. or just even North America and South America, I see a large population of experts.
Yep.
And I think we're ready to see a big boom. And I think obviously our opinions slightly differ, but this is very good insights for the UK.
Yeah, I think so. And Effraim, as always, thanks so much for your candor in this. I think you're the voice in flatland that just kind of tells it like it is, doesn't sugarcoat anything, but you also promote it as much as you can, so thanks for that. I think it's a good challenge for all of us to do these little things that will help get the kids excited to ride flatland, because we obviously want to see who the next Sam Folks is or who the next Marty Kolp is, because those guys aren't going to ride forever, so we need the new guys to become them. So thanks for all those efforts.
I think there's always has to be role models, like there always has to be a guy at the top, but that guy has to be able to be seen. Like I was saying to Sam, you have to come to the jam. Kids do not know who you are. Like, come to the jam, because it was the first time he'd been there for 3 years. I'm like, that's too long. Like, and he enjoyed it, and then kids are like, one kid asked who he was, and I was like, that's Sam Folks. Oh, who's that? And you're like, he was a professional flatlander.
Well, he's the best.
And yeah, well, arguably, yeah. I mean, I think so, but I know other people think I'm biased, but I just think he reached a really high level. And when you take something away, then you realise. Like Justin Miller, another example, was an absolute beast. You know, you could go on and on. Andrew Farris was an absolute beast. You took him away from the scene, everybody still talks about him. That is to me what a great rider is. That people still talk about him, even though he's gone from the scene.
Yep,
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, but you know, I'm optimistic, and I think those new riders, they'll become that next generation. I really think they will.
I'm keeping the faith.
Yeah. Well, as always, thank you very much for your time in this, and you know, we'll give you the last word.
Yeah, it takes a lot of dedication, of course, but yeah, why not? If you love it, go hard. Don't mess around. Go hard.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Effraim. We really appreciate your time.
Yep.
All right, flat matters. Boom.
Flat does matter.
Absolutely, it does.
Well, that was very cool. I always like listening to Effraim. He's got such an encyclopedic knowledge of flatland, and he's been in it for so long. It's always an education to listen to him.
I absolutely agree. And then actually, before we'd even started the show, he was a great sounding board for ideas. When I was starting to form the show, and when we got things rolling, and then created this.
For sure. So remember to check out Flat Matters every day.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a quick break right now, but stay tuned because you will want to hear and see what we have next. I promise.
You looking for a frame? It's like choosing a nice bird on a Friday night. Do you want strength and elegance, form or function? That. Don't compromise. The right choice will make the difference between a dodgy night and some itchy in the morning. The arena's a lonely place. You know it's a jungle out there. Hey, grab yourself a holiday. The new 2012 Jungle Rider holiday frame. You know you're gonna love it.
All right, well, welcome back. It's finally time. The long anticipated announcements contest for the first Jungle Rider giveaway. This is awesome.
Oh, it's more than awesome. I think I'm almost more excited about this than they're going to be.
Yeah. So without further ado, we're not going to drag this out. Let's kind of show them what we got here.
Yep. Do you guys know what this is?
All right. So what we're looking at here, what we're holding, are two of the new holiday frames. One in 19.5, one in 18.8.
Yep.
These are the only ones in the blue and red finish.
That's right. You will not be able to get these anywhere else.
Nope.
That's right. So
just here.
That's right.
So it's obviously something very, very special. We want to really thank Marty for sending these out and making them available for the giveaway. I'm going to put this one away for now because we're going to focus on the blue one. The rules are actually very simple. There's a lot of thought that we put into this. We don't want to exclude anyone from having a chance to win.
No.
If you're watching FlatWebTV online, you have the ability to win this contest.
Absolutely. We're going to make this super easy. All you're going to need to do is head on over to FlatWebTV.com, and it's very simple. Just go through and find out what our first 2 pro rider interviews were on FlatWebTV. Click on the contact link, contact us there, put in your answers, hit submit, and that's how you're entered into the contest.
Yeah, so we'll take all the entries that had the correct answers, and I see no reason why all the answers won't be correct.
It's very simple. Just go to FlatWebTV or FlatWebTV.com. All the answers are there.
We'll put all those correct answers into a bucket.
That's right.
And we will pick the winner live on the next show.
That's correct.
So when we find out, you will find out. We won't do any, even though we want to, we won't do any engineering to make sure one of us win it.
No, these are beautiful frames. You guys, entering is easy. You know, this is a one of a kind, once in a lifetime opportunity here.
Yeah. So next month, we'll take all those answers for the 19.5 blue frame. and there'll be some lucky rider out there.
Absolutely. I'll be really excited for whoever wins this thing.
Yeah, so good luck. Get those entries in. Only one per, of course. If we see your name in there twice, we're taking it out.
That's right. That's right. So you're only going to get one chance. So I'm gonna put this aside.
Yeah.
And we'll go do some quick closing remarks.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys know that you can head over to FlatWebTV.com to check out everything, to find out about the contest, but also to send us any other comments, feedbacks, fan mail as well.
Hate mail.
We get a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You can check us out on Facebook. We're not frequent posters, but we occasionally put something up.
We do. We put the show on there too. So feel free to communicate with us there. Facebook.com/FlatWebTV.
If you can't get enough of Twitter, this guy over here can help you out there.
I do a little bit here and there. It's some of my actual professional stuff, but it's some BMX stuff and family stuff too. So it's twitter.com/everydaytropic.
Yeah. And I think I just got onto Instagram against my better judgment. So I think my Instagram name is FWTV_Anthony. I will be sure to take very interesting photos.
Yeah, and I'm on there as well. I love Instagram. It's going to be, let's see, what is my name? It's Everyday Paradise.
Yep.
Everyday Paradise on Instagram. So follow us there.
Yeah. So once again, we want to thank Effraim and John Yull for their time giving us these interviews. Always good to talk to those guys.
Yeah.
Yep. We want to thank you guys for watching. Keep it up. Keep riding. Do your part. Make yourself accessible. And let's keep Flatland growing.
Let's keep it growing. And with that, once again, my name is Justin Hoey.
And I'm Anthony Bulio.
And this was FlatWeb TV.